Hey all, here's my video update on my progress so far with this 1/18 scale Space Jockey. There he is, right down there. See him? This is, it's sitting up on its end right now. This thing is now 13 pounds. So this thing is getting heavy. I'm using Aves FIXIT Sculpt for the sculpt and for the sculpting material. And this is just an update on where I'm at right now in terms of the backpack, the back part of the Space Jockey. This is where I'm concentrating on right here. Let me take this piece off. So I have, and excuse me when I try to adjust this light here, finished the detailing on this side. And I don't have anything on this side. As you can see, there's been nothing added to this side over here. So I'm just doing one side at a time, going through to the center and then to the other side. So that's where I'm at so far. Did a little bit at a time with this, so I made sure I can get the sculpt right. Boy, there's a lot of, let me see if I can't take some of this light out of here. Because honestly, we don't need, well, I don't know if that'll do any good or not. Anyway, I'm trying to show you the detail, and I'm afraid it might be too hot in terms of light. So this is what I have so far in terms of detail. And this center right here, I'm going to Dremel all that down deep. I'm going to sand this piece right here, and I'm going to insert it into there. Once this is sanded, it'll look a lot like these, rounded, you know, same thickness. So that will insert into this area here. And then I have an area here in which this piece right here, which is also made out of FIXIT, I just sculpted it. I just flattened it out to the size that it needed to be. Let me see if I can focus in on it. And then I just added some detailing, some wear and tear to it. And I'll probably still add some more and sand it down just a little bit. But that will go, it will insert somewhere around here. And you can see that it will curve. Again, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so give me a second here. Let me see if I can focus this. There. So it will curve with the contour of that area there, which isn't all that great, but as an example, but it's there. And it's a little bit longer, so I can cut it down. But that will actually insert deep inside here. So I can just insert this whole piece. So I might just keep it and let it go a little deeper if I have to. But not that much. I think I'll be fine. So this is a separate piece that will go in. Then on top of this, we'll be sculpting another piece of tubing that will come out. And then that part's done. And all I have to do is just finish this side. I make it sound like it's no big deal, but it's because it's not. It's a big deal. I've got to make sure this side is going to be equal to the detail in the perspective of this side. Make sure that each, or proportion, not perspective, proportion of this side. Also, I'm gonna try to turn this guy over. Lord, he is heavy. One hand is a pain. I got these tubes done. Now in the original sculpts and stuff, you see some of these are curved, some of them show straight. I decided to keep it organic and make it look like it was curved out a little bit. The straightness of it, I honestly didn't have room for it, so they had to curve a little bit. So I can live with that. That may not be 100% screen accurate, but I can live with that. I'm not going to make this 100% screen accurate. There's just no way. There's too much shadow, too much detail that's hard to find, and I've accepted that. So let me focus again. I got to fill in with this piece here. So all this will be covered and filled. I'm going to try to do this part tonight or sometime this week. Get this part done as well. Then fill in this side, and I'll be done with the back. Let's turn this around, ladies. Oh, goodness sakes, this thing is heavy. Heavy guy. But, yeah, detail, man. I love it. And the tubing, the ribbing for the tubing isn't even all the way through. I wanted to keep that looking more organic and old and fossilized looking. I know that the tubing they used in actual production was actually from like what, card parts and motorcycle parts, and it had a equal, you know, the tubing looked perfect, you know, going through. I wanted it to look a little tattered and torn and beaten up, like it was something that's been sitting there aging for how many years it was sitting in stasis, you know, before the Nostromo crew discovered it. Yeah, so there he is so far. Head is higher than the backpack, which is good. Backpack won't go any higher than about right there, which is good. It's a little bit thick up back here, just a little bit, but you know what? I think that's close to being accurate. I'm fine with that. In fact, I think that's pretty good enough on. The trick was, and I keep talking, I need to shut up, but this part had to come outwards. It wasn't flat. A lot of people want to sculpt it flat. It has to come out into like a, let me get an overhead shot. It has to come outwards like a big, like a hump, not straight. So it has to come outwards. So all this stuff is kind of protruding this way. You know, not that way, not towards the back. So little tricks in the sculpt there, I guess. Anyway, there you go. That is my video update on the 1/18 scale Space Jockey using the Aves FIXIT Sculpt. And I almost need to reorder another thing of Aves because I'm Aves. It's Aves or Aves. I always say Aves, but it could be Aves. I don't know. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that update, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.